Hi Twin Flames, hi light workers, Lisha and Andy here with another video. And today I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys what exciting news I've been trying to hold in for so long. And that is the fact that I am now in communication with my twin flame. And so I just wanted to let you guys know this because I'm trying to offer encouragement for any of you guys out there who haven't yet come into communication or maybe even contacted or been contacted by your twin flame. Your celebrity twin flame, okay? And it is a very hard thing to deal with. It is a struggle. I would say that it is, it's something that you have to really be aware that, this journey is really about focusing on yourself. And that's what I did. There was a long period of time when I didn't have contact or communication with my twin flame. And so, since having come back into communication with him, and I will say this, that in some of my previous videos I talked to you guys about how I suspected that I had been in contact with him at the very beginning, which is what triggered my spiritual awakening, and that is actually really what happened. And he has confirmed this for me back in 2019, early 2019. We had been in communication via online for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden I didn't hear from him again after, a little bit of a disagreement happened. And so, I was pretty much ghosted for 4 years, you guys. And so that was a very tough thing to deal with. And in the meantime, while being ghosted, not realizing that, it was still within my grasp to be able to communicate with him on the 5D. And that is all I had to go off of. I had to rely on whatever 5D communication we had. But it was so weird because Spirit was giving me all of these signs and synchronicities, through the way that I was communicating with him. I was able to really understand him more and more every single day. It was like he was right there with me. And I know a lot of you guys have said that you felt your twin flame right there with you. And this is actually what happens more so with a celebrity twin flame or a high status twin flame connection, because if you can't be with each other in the physical, you're going to have to rely on that 5D connection to pull you through it, okay, and to keep you learning more about your twin flame. The 5D connection will guide you. Your higher selves will both guide you. Your higher self as well as their higher self will guide you as to what information you need to gather in order to know more about your twin flame, which is what happens with a lot of twin flames that are in these high status connections that have not been able to meet before. You're going to be able to find lots of information on your twin flame via social media, just watching them in the public eye as well, because there's not going to be any other way for you to really gather that information. But what Spirit has led me to know is that through the 5D communication, you'll be able to know the little details and the personal things that you're needing to know about your twin flame, so that you can feel confident when you actually do meet in knowing who they are. And so that's one of the things that, has also been confirmed with me, is that once you do get back into communication, or if in the first time having communication with them, you will feel confident in knowing that you actually know this person because of the 5D connection you've had with them. So although I went through 4 years of separation, and then that in that meantime that I was in separation, I had a false twin flame, that someone had approached me online, claiming to be my true twin flame, using a fake account under their name. And so, that led me down a wild, goose chase trying to figure out what happened, because for 2.5 years I was dealing with a false twin flame. But what also happened is that I realized how similar these two were. Okay, my true twin flame and the false twin flame were very similar in terms of the way they went about doing things, their mannerisms, a lot of the just the things that would come up. It was so uncanny. It was just like, I was like, what in the world? I really suspected that when my true twin flame came back and started communicating with me, I really did suspect that he was the false twin flame, but trying to get, back with me again, because the only thing that I had to go off of was the fact that this other person was still trying to email me in the meantime, while I was texting with my true twin flame. So it was definitely still two different people, but their personalities and their mannerisms were so similar. And I swore I would never, engage in that kind of thing again. But it had to happen that way for me, because I needed to be able to contact my twin flame, my true twin flame, some kind of way. And the way that happened was through social media. So so it was confirmed that we did meet before in 2018 for a couple of months. We had communication, and it was like we picked up right where we left off. Nothing was different about it. It was just the same type of connection. It was the same type of everything. It was like so many similarities from the last time. But just now that there's more of a communication there, we're not going for longer periods of time without speaking to each other. We're speaking every day now. But whereas before, there would be maybe a day or two that would go by. It was very sporadic. I wouldn't know when to expect a phone call or a text. I mean, actually, it was all happening through text. So I would not know when to expect a text message, and it would be very frustrating, because I'm just kind of like, how do I communicate with someone, and I just wait for their text to happen. And, I had to get to the point where I was comfortable just loving myself in the meantime and not worrying about whether or not he was giving me text messages. I had to get to the point where I was okay with that, And so what I want to say to you guys is, if you're in a celebrity twin flame connection, or a high status twin flame connection, maybe your person is very famous for some other reason. Maybe they're in sports, maybe they're in art, maybe they're in acting, maybe they are doing things on a high government level, or they may be just very, very influential, and as far as even on social media. I want you guys to know that sometimes there will be only certain avenues and ways for you to connect with them in the 3D, and you're going to have to open yourself up to those ways. For me, like I said before, I didn't have any social media accounts because my karmic partner, was totally against being on social media. And so for me to take a chance and take a leap of faith and get on social media, not knowing that there were also going to be wolves on there that I would have to combat as well, but I had to take the chance and get on there in order for us to even have communication, because there would be no way for us to do so otherwise. I had never been to any of his concerts before. I had never met with him in person. There was never a moment where we were going to cross paths. And so social media for me was my only way of having that interaction with him. So Spirit has been letting me know that a lot of you guys who are in this kind of connection are going to have a social media presence. And you're going to have to really try to work it in such a way where you can be vulnerable at times, sharing your gifts or sharing things about yourself that make you special, so that your twin flame can see that. Okay, that's what's going to draw them to you. That's what drew my twin flame to me. We found each other on social media, and we started to interact because he DM'd me. And so your twin flame, and this is, wow, Spirit just gave me like this really big hug right now. Your twin flames that are of high status or of celebrity status, might be the only way for them to connect with you is through social media. And I know a lot of you guys cringe at the thought of having to be on social media consistently like this, but just think about it. I had to go, I had been on social media for 2 weeks when I found out, when I decided to follow. Okay, I decided to follow my twin flame first, and then he DM'd me. Okay, so basically we both kind of caught notice of each other at the same time, at the same exact day. And then he DM'd me the very next day. Okay, they are paying attention to who follows them. They are paying attention to who's watching their social media. Even if they're not in charge of their own accounts, they do know a lot of times who is watching them and who's following them based on you following them or liking their content. You just have to put yourself out there, okay, and let them know that you're watching or that you're looking at their social media by either liking their content or making a comment on it. But you do have to be careful, because there are a lot of catfishers out there that will try to take those comments and then DM you as well under a fake account. So that's what happened with me. I had to go through that as well. So you do take a chance, and you do kind of get stung in the process sometimes, but if that's the only way that you're going to be able to interact with your twin flame, then you're going to have to try to make it work. Okay, that's really what I wanted to say, because you know, it's just a hard thing, as it's hard enough as it is to discover that you're a twin flame, and then to find out that you're on a twin flame journey with a celebrity or a high status person. Is just, it just makes you that much more blown away, because you just start to feel hopeless a lot of times, because you don't know how you're going to ever interact with this person. You know, a lot of times you just see them, and then a spark comes to you, as far as an inkling that you know that this person is special to you, and then that's what leads you to research more about them, and leads you to come to the conclusion and the knowledge that you're a twin flame. Then you start researching the journey. So there's so many things that go on. There's so many stages that happen, to that will lead you to understand who you are on this journey, and who your twin flame is even. But in order for you to interact with them, in order for you to have communication with them, you're going to have to open up your doors and your heart, and allow yourself to do things that you've never done before. Remember, I said that's one of the things that you're going to have to take a chance at. Even going to a concert, or going to a show, or a game, or whatever it is that they attend. These are some of the things, you guys, that you got to put yourself out there and do. Okay. So I just want to say I love you guys all. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I need to cover in this video. I just wanted to do this because, like I said, it's been on my mind to tell you guys. Oh yeah, I wanted to let you know that I actually got another message from my true twin flame. Well, I started to be in communication with my true twin flame a couple days after I made the divine masculine channeled message to the divine feminine, using the song that Seal had written, Kiss from a Rose. So look at how the divine timing works. I had never done one of those either. I had never done a divine channeled message from the masculine to the feminine before, ever. And I with another person's song, especially with someone else's song, and that was something I took a chance on, and I put it out there, and all of a sudden, the day after, or the next day, or a couple days later, my DM DMs me. Isn't that funny? Because it's divine masculine is the same as direct message, the abbreviations. But my divine masculine DM'd me on Instagram, and then they put this account up with their name, and then immediately the account was deleted. Okay, which also let me know that he was trying to find me. He was definitely looking for me, and he deleted the account afterwards, because he's not interested in trying to talk to anyone else on social media, and he told me that. Okay, so that's another thing, is that the people that are out there that are trying to hurt you on social media by posing as others, or having fake accounts that are scammers or whatnot, you're just gonna have to really ask Spirit to help you look for those signs too, because they are out there just as much or more. And so but if your true twin flame tries to contact you through social media, they could possibly use a fake account or some other side account other than their main account, because that's the only way they're going to be able to really contact you on a personal level and speak to you. And they may ask you to go on to another chatting app. So just realize that you're going to have to take chances. You're going to have to find different ways to communicate with them. Like I said, you guys, this is our year to come into communication and union. So I strongly feel this. I strongly feel a lot of you guys are out there doing your healing work. And so Spirit wanted me to give you this message to keep going. Okay. I feel like I'm being an example for a lot of people that are going to be coming into the same type of stage of communication, and then going on into their union. Okay. So, yes, this was back in May when I was still filming those videos for you guys, with the celebrity twin flame videos. I was still filming those for you guys, that series, and then this happened, and I wanted to tell you guys back then, but I needed that month break. Like I told you, I needed that month of June just to have things, because there were a lot of rocky moments in the beginning of the communication that I also want to share with you, is that there will be rocky moments too. You're going to have to work through that. You're going to have to balance out your energies together. You're going to have to deal with a lot of different things. So just know that, but just be encouraged as well. I love you guys. Sending you so much love and light. I hope you all do really well. And please email me if you have any concerns or if you want to start a Mission Magic coaching session. Thank you. Bye-bye.